To extend a very warm welcome to all of you who have gathered on this very auspicious occasion. I'd like to begin by introducing just a few of our special guests. First, Mr. Masaaki Yamada, the president of SHIP, our 6-year program Parents Association. Mr. Yoshihiro Saiki, president of MAPLE, our Senior High School Parents Association. And Mr. Yasunari Usami, the head of our Alumni Association. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here this morning. Today, we celebrate graduation exercises for the Nagoya International Junior and Senior High School class of 2012. Today, we recognize the graduation of 69 students from our integrated 6-year program and the graduation of 60 students from our Senior High School International Studies program. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of our 129 graduates. These past years have been eventful, but all of you have worked hard, have earned our respect, and today complete your secondary education. Well done. I'd like first to say a few words of appreciation to the parents of our graduates. Thanks to your unflagging enthusiasm and your firm commitment, your children have completed a rigorous course of study and today stand poised to participate in the world as thoughtful young adults. We are very grateful to you for your cooperation, your support, and for the sacrifices you've made to make it possible for your children to be here today. Thank you very much. I'd like to address the remainder of my remarks to you, the graduates. Over the years, you've heard us talk countless times about our school's mission, our fundamental goal as a school. We seek to educate global citizens who have the skills and dispositions they need in order to thrive on the international stage in the 21st century. I want to suggest some ways in which you can stay on this path in the years to come. First, it's essential that you cultivate an international awareness and take an active interest in global affairs. If you follow the news closely, or if you travel extensively, you will quickly discover that our world presents us with many conspicuous shortcomings, notably the growing gaps between the rich and the poor, between ideals and reality, and between compassion and apathy. The amounts of the world's resources controlled by the richest and the poorest segments of the population are more disproportionate than ever. Leaders from around the world pay lip service to noble ideals, but in many cases pursue policies not aligned with these. And while there's growing concern, especially among the young, about the crises that humanity faces, many of these same young people have become indifferent, either because they don't think they can make a difference or because they don't care to try. I want to challenge all of you, the next generation of leaders, to cultivate compassion and renounce indifference. The world cries out for our compassion, our solidarity, and the dedication of our gifts and talents to the common good. As our world grows smaller and more closely connected, we're very quickly running out of excuses for ignoring the needs of our fellow human beings. We have a responsibility to our world. I know that you're very curious about our world. The trips you have taken to England, Canada, New Zealand, and the Philippines have all increased your sense of curiosity. In addition, many of you have studied at our sister schools in 6 different countries, and you have hosted students from those same schools when they visited Japan. This is a good start. As you proceed to this next phase in your lives, I want to encourage you to form opinions about what's happening in the world. Talk with your friends. Share your opinions. Have debates about issues of social justice and social values. If you do so, you can clarify your own values. We had a Model United Nations here at school recently in English, and the students tackled 3 major international issues, one of which was the AIDS epidemic in the developing world. And one student said, we need education programs for AIDS prevention to beat this disease, and international funding is key. This is an example of what I mean by forming an opinion on a large international issue and sharing it with your friends. This is very important as you go forth. I also want to encourage you to be leaders. There's an absence of leadership in the world today. What can you do to become leaders? Talent, self-confidence, these are important, but not enough. I'm going to suggest 2 things you can do. 1, endeavor to be responsible, compassionate, accountable, and finally, trustworthy. You will have many decisions to make in the years ahead, important decisions, but if you always choose the hard right over the easy wrong, you will be on a good path. If you choose what is right over and over, those around you will come to see this as part of your character. They will conclude that you're a person of integrity. True leaders always have integrity. Another way to develop your leadership is to serve those less fortunate than you are. Serving your community is a great way to open your eyes to what's needed in the community, and it also challenges you to respond to those needs creatively and positively. Empathy, that is to say, concern for those who need our help, is a trait that leaders always have. I also want to encourage you to continue your study of English, since this has become the common language of the world. If you have time, learn a second foreign language, or even a third. Doing so will allow you to cultivate friendships with people from other cultures. The world that you are inheriting presents us with some formidable challenges: global warming, AIDS, lack of food, lack of clean water, extreme poverty, just to name a few. These are global problems that require global solutions. To solve them, you're going to have to talk to your counterparts, the young people from around the world, using a common language. If you do so, you'll become advocates of peace and dialogue instead of conflict and intimidation. In this way, you can promote international understanding. Finally, please never forget our school's motto, Frontier Spirit. Blaze your own trails. Be leaders, not followers. You're going to encounter some daunting challenges in the years ahead. But if you have frontier spirit, if you believe implicitly that you can make a difference, there's nothing that you cannot do. You've all grown a lot these past 3 years or 6 years. I don't think you really appreciate just how much you've grown, how much you've learned. You now have the skills to become global citizens. I urge you to refine these skills in the years ahead. If you do so, you'll be able to demand a world where intolerance, injustice, and indifference don't take priority over dialogue, mutual understanding, and human decency. We're counting on you to make that kind of a world. I know you won't disappoint us. Again, congratulations today. I wish you all the joy of a life of learning and giving, of prosperity and purpose. Thank you.